Hey, Brinn,
Hi,
thanks so much
Tracy.
for coming to spend time with me today and for teaching this special WoW call where we're going to learn all about EFT. How you doing today, my friend?
I am doing okay. Got a minor case of the willies, but I'm ready to go. Let's launch.
Well, you probably have a major case of the willies considering you live with one.
Yep, yep, yep,
That's
yep.
awesome. So what is EFT, Brinn?
So EFT combines like acupressure, the touch on your meridians, and psychology. And when you tap on a meridian, and I'm tapping on one of them that we'll be using, what you're doing is you're sending a signal to the amygdala in your brain. And the amygdala is the fight or flight center in your brain. So when you tap on it, you're telling yourself that you're safe and it calms you down. So you can use it for pain relief. You can use it for stage fright. You can use it for holiday blues, even losing weight. You can use it for phobias, like fear of swimming. I saw a cool video on that one. So you can use it for many, many things.
So if I need to calm myself down, I just need to tap right here on my forehead.
Yeah, there are places you tap at your eyebrows and you tap at the side of your eye, right on the bone. And you tap underneath your eye on the bone, and it's about 5 to 7 times a piece. And then from here, you go down to underneath your nose 5 to 7 times. You don't have to count it, but just feel like that, underneath the chin. And then you go down to the collarbones and you can tap on it like with your fist, or sometimes I just go on either side of your collarbone there, just tap on that. And then you tap underneath your arms, like where our ladies have our bra strap, about
Oh,
3 inches
okay.
down from the armpit, and 5 to 7 times there. And then you go up to the crown of your head. So like what I was doing, getting ready for this, because I was nervous about it. I had to set up, there's a setup statement where when you're setting yourself up, it's like you're creating a way to accept things, because we tend to resist change, resist, lots of things that are good for us. So when I'm tapping, I'm sending that great message to my brain that everything's okay and I'm safe. And I can go, even though I'm really anxious about getting together with Tracy today, I still deeply and completely honor and accept myself. And so you're just continually sending that message that everything's okay, you're safe, and that calms your whole body down, because stress affects our entire body. So, and then I'll say that 3 times. Well, actually the setup statement is on the karate chop point of your hand. That's where you start. So even though I'm really anxious about this meeting today, I still deeply and completely honor and accept myself. Even though I'm really feeling pretty anxious about this, I still deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I've got a little bit of stage fright here and I just want to kind of melt into the woodwork, I still deeply and completely love and accept myself. So I've done that 3 times. And now I go to the eyebrow point and I'm tapping on it
And
like
what are you
this.
using to tap? Like
Oh,
two
I
fingers,
just,
one
yeah,
finger?
most of the time it could be 2 fingers, it could be 1. It's usually my middle finger because that's what is easy for me, but it can be 2. So you tap on the inside of the eyebrow and you're saying, all this nervousness or this stress around this meeting. I'm nervous I won't do well. Go under the eye now. I care so much about this meeting. I really want it to go well, and it's causing me anxiety. You're just venting. Under the nose. The stress around this meeting. Ooh-wee. All of these expectations. Collarbone. This tension I feel in my body. All this stress around this meeting. All this stress around this meeting.
So on the head, do you swirl instead of tap?
It's kind of just like covering that area at the top of the crown of your head. Crown chakra, which is kind of
Feels
interesting.
good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so, that's one round. And it's kind of like wash, rinse, and repeat. But it's a good idea, just for your own, as you're doing this, is select a number between 1 and 10, like pain. Only this would be anxiety. Like, well, I was at like a 6 earlier. And so I tap, all these places. And when I get through one cycle, I can take a deep breath in and I let it out. And then, then I check and see, well, let's see, it's down to about, heck, I'm down to about a 2 or a 3 now. We'll say a 2. And then I'll go around again. This stress around this meeting, it was really getting the best of me. This stress, it's taken a while to go away. All of these expectations, this tension I feel in my body. I don't want to let anybody down. Don't want to let myself down. All this stress. So I've gone another round and I take a breath in. And now it's like hardly anything, like a 1 or something. So once you've gotten to a point where the stress level has come way down, then you're ready to add something positive. So then you can start, with positive statements like, I'm calm and I'm confident. I'm feeling really pretty good right now. I'm ready to share what I know. I feel strong and confident about this. This is my time. I'm ready for this meeting. I feel calm and confident. Now is my time. And so, you breath in and let it relax. And so that's basically how you do it. And it can be for anything. If you're, if you've got a knee that's sore, like, even though my knee really hurts and I can't run or walk the way I want to, I still deeply and completely love and accept myself. So you just kind of go through, you're having a conversation. And a lot of times people find that when they start to do this, like, what am I going to say? I don't know what to say. Well, pretend you're talking like I'm talking with you. And you're sitting here and you're just kind of venting. And you don't have to know the perfect statements, but you can start tapping on this. In fact, if you're somewhere and you're feeling kind of nervous, you can kind of hide your hand under the table there, if you're out to dinner. And you can sit there and tap on that karate chop point.
Oh.
Yeah. And it'll still work.
Oh, so you can be more discreet.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause if you're sitting there in the restaurant, people might kind of wonder what you're doing. But it's so versatile. And another thing that I learned is that when you're getting ready to go to sleep at night, you can tap on your points. I'm just drifting, starting to drift off to sleep, starting to feel nice and tired and sleepy, just drifting. I'm drifting off to sleep, just drifting, and just go on and do the whole thing. Or if you can't, you can imagine it. You can imagine that you're tapping on the points because our thoughts are things.
Right.
So there's all these ways you can kind of incorporate it into your life. And, you can and I've done it like when I'm laying there in bed and I'm trying to go to sleep. I might start and I'm tapping, and it's like, okay, yeah, I'm remembering how that feels when I tap on those spots. And I just imagine that I'm tapping on those points. So
That's
it's
cool.
it's amazing.
How long have you been using this technique?
I think I started picking it up in 2008,
And
2000,
was there a
2005.
particular issue that you were hoping to resolve at that time?
You know, I had just gone through a divorce and a custody trial, and it was pretty heavy duty. But see, I didn't know it at the time. I was meditating and stuff, and that was really helpful. But I don't know how I came across it. It's like I found it and I thought, wow, this is really neat. And I my first I ordered a video like DVD set, and it was from Gary Craig, who's the founder of this technique. And I don't remember all the particulars about Gary Craig, but I had a bunch of his videos, and he talked about um, sharing with benefits. So what I recommend to people is, if you want to learn this, you know, you can look at this video, but go onto YouTube. And there's so many wonderful people there that share EFT or tapping. They call it tapping too. There's Brad Yates, and I love Brad Yates. I started using his videos in like 2008. And so I would find videos that seemed to kind of relate to how I was feeling, and I would just tap along with his videos.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, or Jessica and Brad Ortner, and they do tapping the meridians. But just look up tapping, and you just tap along with them, and that can help you kind of learn how to say these statements.
Oh,
But
perfect.
it's, yeah,
So what does EFT stand for?
emotional freedom technique.
Okay. And um how often do you use it?
Well, if you're going through something that's a little challenging, you know, it's when, if you can take a few minutes out, 5 or 10 minutes, use it throughout the day, use it once a day, use it, it's kind of as needed.
Okay.
So you can't do it too much. And if you feel like, you know, it just, gosh, I'm still feeling angry or something, you know, so then you just go through, wash, rinse, and repeat. You just go through it all again. And you know, relax, breathe, go get a drink of water, and you may have to come back to it later, but it'll start settling in. That's what I've heard. And it seems to be true that, you know, you've done it and you can just kind of let it work, you know, and do its thing.
And how
So
long does a typical session last you?
I would say, if you want to be a little more thorough, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. But you
Oh,
can also do it quickly, you know, like for example, Brad on his channel, he has some things that are like 4 minutes or 5 minutes, or the Ortner brother and sister, Jessica and Nick. They, you know, in a couple of minutes. It's really quick. And you just,
okay.
you know, you just kind of vent, you know, like,
I like
oh,
that.
yeah, that's what it is. You're kind of processing, you're venting. And so it's like, you know, I'm sitting here telling you, well, you know, I'm really ticked off because I didn't get the parking spot out in this person zoomed in ahead of me, and it just really made me mad. It was so unfair. You know, you can go like that. And you know, but just when you start it out, you know, you decide what it is you want to go for. You assign a number like 1 to 10 where you're at, so you can kind of keep track of your progress. And then you just start off with the even though. So, you know, you take 3, even though I blank, you know, I still deeply and completely honor and accept my feelings. That's real important that you do that, because when you say that you're going to honor and accept your feelings, that starts to cut out the the resistance.
Mm,
So, and it opens you up to more healing.
okay, I like that.
Yeah.
That's important that we honor and appreciate ourselves. We want to love ourselves first, you know?
Yeah.
Do you know exactly how it works? Like how it works on the meridians? Are these all different meridian points? Or do you just know it works because it has helped you?
I don't know exactly how it works. Maybe there are others that do, but I just know that it sends a signal to your brain, to that parasympathetic thing. So you start just defusing and calming down. And if you go on to the tappingsolution.com, that's Jessica and Nick Ortner. There's some neat statistics there that show it can actually rewire your brain, and it is helpful for your DNA. I mean, it just resets your body.
Cool.
So, if you stay at it, it does some wonderful things.
And I want to add, or what's the word I'm looking for? How you said, make sure that after you clear the negative, you replace it with something positive.
Yes.
When we create an orifice, the universe is going to find something to fill it. So make sure you fill it with what you want.
Yeah, that's so true. And I was noticing, I looked at somebody's, like holiday blues, because people, sometimes people have difficulties through the holidays. And so they have them, this website suggested, you start with your negatives, like, oh, I hate the holidays and blah, 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 and then round two, they presented questions. And I thought, well, this is kind of neat, but it's the same thing. Like, what if I could turn my attention to what I do have? What if I could acknowledge the progress I've made? So it's really flexible. And then three, more affirmation to affor, like it's for you, would be asking instead of stating, why do I know I'm surrounded by love? So you can do all kinds of things, and I can I can send you some links if you want, but I just started looking up how creative people are with this. And it just opens up like just a whole world, and you're diffusing, these like blocks in your meridians. You're unlocking them, and you're telling yourself that you're safe and that you honor and respect how you're feeling, you know. And then with
Nice.
those positive affirmations, then you're building on that.
I love it.
Yeah.
So during this holiday season, if you feel any angst or if anything's happening and you are able to sit down and do a session like this, then it's going to be helpful for the listeners, right?
Yes, absolutely helpful. And it's just
Yeah.
these simple points. And you
And if
really
you're
can't
at
do
a
it wrong.
family dinner and they're just bugging you, just start tapping
Yeah, you
underneath
can
the
you can
table.
have your hand under the table, and just like your thoughts. You can follow your thoughts.
Yeah.
If you're feeling kind of bugged, they're talking about some politics that you don't like. You can sit there under the table with your hand on the table and just tap, because it's following your feelings, what you're feeling. It's all helpful.
Oh, I love that. That's a good one. I could just see myself going, oh, I can't believe you think that.
Oh yeah, and that's great. So you tap away.
I will.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really great stuff.
Awesome. Is there anything you'd like to say in closing, my dear?
Oh, I don't know. Just play with it. Just know that you've got what you need inside of you. And I always ask my angels and my guides for help. There's lots of resources. And if people, if they even want to just send me a message, if they want a little help or a website, I'm always around. I'm not an expert, but I use these things and they're helpful to me.
That's awesome. And sometimes that's better than an expert. You know what I mean? Because you're coming from your heart.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much, my dear. And again, congratulations on Mac. Did I say that right? It's Mac.
Yeah, Mac. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that adventure. I'm
That'll be
really
really fun.
excited. Yeah. Well, thank you,
Awesome.
Tracy.
Thank you, sweetie. Have a beautiful day and I'll see
You
you
too.
soon.
Okay,
Okay.
bye-bye.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.